A wonderful good day. In the next 30 minutes, we would like to show you our solution for perfecting your business. This is Mr. René Hesse. His basis is information technology. He has worked extensively on database technology, network topology, and software delivery. These have been good foundations for getting started with MES.
Thank you for the introductory words from my colleague. This is Mr. Philipp Nicolai, who comes from database design and software development. In addition to a fundamental basis in information technology, it also covers the area of machine control programming. Among others, he laid the cornerstone for our MES. Our product MES Suite enables efficient control of production in real time. I'm looking forward to the next 30 minutes with you. MKW was emerged from the Maschinenbau Kooperation Wuppertal. The company was founded in the 1980s with a focus on special machine construction. Today we cover the entire process in mechanical engineering. Customers bring us their product and get finished production system. We serve a wide range of industries, such as medicine, automotive technology, consumer and beauty goods in many countries around the world. The extensive knowledge of our employees creates our basis for development. In over 75 employees in our headquarters in Wuppertal, North Rhine-Westphalia, are ready to implement customer requests. For a mechanical engineering company, an above-average number of employees are C# and .NET software developers, programmers for machine controls, and IT administrators. In fact, that is a third of all employees who are developing our software. From the mechanical engineering context, we have dealt with the data exchange of machine control, the PLC and IT components from the very beginning. Our core competencies include the connection of all components, from the sensor to the cloud. We therefore support you across the entire spectrum in digitization.
The advantage of our solution is the ability to automatically collect as much data as possible from the PLC. In addition to that, we have a lot of experience in the PLC connecting process, defining the interface, talk to the PLC programmer, and manage the setup. We currently support machine controls, for example, of the following manufacturers: Kiba, Beckhoff, Siemens, Panasonic, B&R. I would like to point out that we can implement the connection directly via the manufacturer's interface. However, our scope of services also includes OPC and Euromap interfaces. If any manufacturer is missing, we will implement this with you. Error messages from a machine are often displayed on the human-machine interface, HMI. There are sometimes achieves for every PLC. We collect this information with our system and present it as a Gantt diagram. This enables the simultaneous occurrence of error reasons and dependencies to be diagnosed. This is possible for individual periods. Details can be made visible by zooming in the diagram. The recording is independent of the manufacturer of the device. A machine usually has 4 operating states. These are symbolized with a small traffic light. These status usually are: machine is running in automatic mode, machine is ready, all you have to do is to press start, setup operation, and last, malfunction or error. With our solution, we relieve the employee as much as possible. In the event of a malfunction, the operating data acquisition is automatically assigned the reason unknown error. This information can be refined during the request. If a product is produced in the first function, the status is changed automatically to running. This ensures key figures that are close to reality. No employee will forget to change the status manually because it's not required. We record material consumption regardless of the production quantity. We deliberately choose these to maximize the quality of the information. The retrograde material withdrawal based on the parts list is usually inaccurate. Primary material is not necessarily used in a product, like a spooler in plastic injection molding. When material bookings are made through empty containers, as with Kanban, there is little information about the actual material inventory. With our direct material bookings, we represent the real content of the container. Our solution for material consumption is to process information directly from the machine. We define spots that are used for consumption. Machine operators ask the shift supervisor for help if a machine has a problem. Experience alone does not help if there are technical problems. Holder the defective electrical components do not work. No, a ticket for this workplace can be created directly in our MES terminal. Our system automatically assigns a priority to each ticket because an order that must be completed shortly should be given high priority. This information is available in our system. The relevant subject can be requested for each ticket with a suggestion. The maintenance technician can now also analyze the error pattern of the machine malfunction remotely in MES Suite and, if necessary, bring spare parts and tools to the machine based on this information. Tickets can be solved efficiently and quickly. That means a big advantage for your customers.
We can print packaging labels directly at the workplace. You know which product is in the container before the first product is placed into a box, a load carrier or lattice box. This way you can rule out that labels are mixed up and your customer receives wrong products. This dramatically increases the quality and relieves the employees significantly. Nobody wants to play Tetris in their production. The raw material is usually stacked for an entire production order or an entire production shift in the workplace. With Kanban, too, there are more and more problems due to the increasing variety of products. Internal transport is extremely burdened as many articles have to be delivered to the workplace at short notice. On large quantities have to be relocated when there are order changes. Our solution creates need-based transports. Up to 2 containers are requested when the order is started. We calculate the runtime of the material because we know the quantities. We also know whether the material already delivered reaches the completion of the order. If not, we will request additional material at an early stage. This request happens early enough to ensure flexible delivery time frame. Batch tracking is greatly improved by the material consumption. Why? Quite simple. If one of the raw material containers is empty, the machine will stop production by our MES terminal. This ensures that the new container will be registered at the MES terminal. On this basis, our MES guarantees seamless batch tracing. You can quickly find all batches of raw materials for a product. In this way, you can also find all delivery containers in which a certain raw material was used. Product recalls can thus be carried out in a minimalist way. You are also able to involve your suppliers as quick as possible. Product bookings are made immediately through our gateway to the enterprise software. This happens quick and precise. You do not have to wait until a container is filled up with 10,000 parts. You already receive interim information. Material booking for raw material are also made automatically. Information about scrap parts is also reported. The scrap parts result in an indirect reordering of new primary material. For example, large orders that run for more than 7 days, this information helps significantly. At the beginning of an order, missing primary material can be reordered for ongoing production. You do not have to wait for confirmation until a container is emptied or filled up, or until an order has been completed. Another advantage of our MES solution is small boxes, so-called shoe boxes. You run the order until all parts have been produced. but often you'll get more parts out of the machine. These parts can be stored with a special label at the workplace. When you start a new order, you could use these parts directly with a double check. Products can be removed from production for inspection during serious production. An accompanying document is created for this, with all material and batch information. These can be picked up by the quality department at the workplace, which relieves the employees of additional documentation. We differentiate in the counting method. For the employees, these parts are relevant to the bonus and will be counted. At the same time, these products are not available for packaging. Everyone has an advantage with this counting method.
The performance is the pulse of the system. We offer maintenance engineers or the production manager a tool to get the best out of the production. Use the graph to determine if there are many small or few large areas for performance degradation. A dynamic average which the user can change enables the level of detail to be scaled to 1 minute or, in the case of a huge evaluation, the several hours. The perspective changes a lot, but always leads to the same result: performance improvement, or confirmation that the performance is demonstrably good. Production quantities? Actually not significant, since the end you mostly only look at the delivery quantities. We offer much more information. We also record reasons for scrap parts, and not just one reason for each product, but any number. This can generate a matrix that shows which errors occur in the same period. Based on the exact record of the timestamp of the faulty production, you can also identify dependencies that may have been unknown to you. Incidences of light during camera evolutions, temperature differences due to draft during length measurements, time-dependent deficits due to system overload such as shift changes or starting the week. And you can digitize good quality control of your employees. While packaging, all products are often taken in hand and are assessed visually by the employee. Parts that have been rated OK by the machine may now be marked as scrap parts. The information can directly be enriched by a digital error collection card. Another advantage, we offer our COMBOX in combination with a light barrier in order to simplify the recording of manually assessed scores. Imagine there's a stopwatch for every process, and every cycle is recorded. What is the advantage? Let us imagine a machine with, say, 10 stations. Which station is the bottleneck? So, why can't more products be produced in a time span? This can be determined with this tool. For a period of time, for example 5 days, these can be displayed as a median for each process as a diagram. The accuracy of a cycle time per tenth of a second can be displayed for each process. In this way, you can not only use the mean value for the evaluation, but also take the quality of this value into account. Now comes the fun part. When can you see an improvement after a change? Almost immediately. Because from the moment of the change, the stopwatches will continue to be operated inexorably, without doing anything. In this way, you can directly determine the success of the measures and verify your success in the long term. Above all, you only need to tackle the process that really hinders you. What good is if you accidentally improve an already good station, even if it would be easy to improve it further? You can even roughly determine what is possible if you accelerate 2, 3 or 4 stations. You will always find ways to improve your process. Many companies are concerned with maintaining and improving production. To this end, many employees are busy collecting, recording, evaluating, and making decisions in their daily work. We can simplify this at the push of a button. The machine report gives you the maximum overview. The last week can be rated as an example on Monday mornings. Then everyone involved, from shift managers, production managers, personnel planners, and dispatchers, has the opportunity to identify emerging difficulties and take action. Meetings can take place more frequently in the event of actions. Progress can be assessed together because the numbers should improve immediately. This increases productivity because evaluations and analyses can be carried out with a little effort. Above all, these results are comparable and measurable. This can be saved and sent. This means that other locations can be consulted. What influence production? Many factors. There are many conditions, reasons, problems why something does not work as expected. A holistic view of these causes helps. In just 3 simple key figures which lead to a single key figure. The great thing about these figures is that they are valid and comparable for all machines, workplaces and locations. Availability is calculated as the first. What do I have from enough material in a machine that could produce, but I don't have an employee who can work, with vacation, illness, or change priorities. If this figure drops, it is a possible indication that there is not enough stuff available. This key figure therefore contains all these times that are not productive. The next key figure is effectiveness. The relationship between the specified quantity and the real production quantity is assessed, regardless of the product evolution, such as good parts, scrap parts, or test parts. Maybe there weren't enough people to produce, so only 3 of the 5 people needed were available. Was it untrained staff? This key figure focuses on the employees, since machine downtimes have already been assessed based on availability. No products can be manufactured during a standstill. The quality rate is the final component. There is assessed how the production quantity for the customer relates to the scrap quantity. On the one hand, products can be manufactured faster, which worsens the quality, or the raw material defective, causing many parts to go bad. Any product that has been poorly produced is lost money. Material, people, and machine time were spent. It is particularly bad with multi-stage manufacturing steps. These 3 key figures are then incorporated into the overall equipment effectiveness. This factor is made up of all 3 values. In this way, they can quickly derive actions. If the value drops, you can quickly determine the causes and turn the adjusting screws. This benchmark can be evaluated for all machines, location and periods, from hour to years.
The best products are made by a well-trained staff. We offer you the opportunity to assign these qualifications to machine types or machine groups. This means that an employee can only register at a workplace if he has received the corresponding training. Otherwise, a shift manager or trainer must register at the terminal to be able to accompany the untrained employee. If this way, you do not force your employees to treat your valuable capital, materials and machines untrained. At the same time, you increase the quality of your products considerably. Last but not least, you can also ensure that employees have to work from time to time at the corresponding workplace in order to not lose their qualifications, because knowledge is usually only obtained through daily work. What does your product cost? Time recording of every employee is common for stamp cards. In this way, you can easily determine employee cost based on attendance times. But what share do employees have in the finished product? We record every employee at the workplace. Each order brings with it its planned jobs. This is because complex product A requires 4 employees, while product B only requires 2 employees. The value of these workplaces on a machine can also be evaluated differently. A machine operator is more expensive due to his qualification for the production process, but can operate 5 machines in parallel. A packer is cheaper, but only works at 1 machine. An employee who only moves material can possibly support up to 10 jobs. This is how an employee's pro rata production times are determined. In this based on the workplace and not on the employee. The same applies to the machine time, which differs in setup and production, since the energy requirements during production mostly differs. Reward good employees, inspire employees with potential. Since the activeness of every employee already exists in the system, this can also be used for the bonus model. Even the effectiveness of all plans registered is assessed and flows into the fair treatment of all employees. So you can increase the quality, because good products are made by satisfied employees. Those who perform a lot should be rewarded for this. Everyone benefits from this incentive without being exploited, because doing more than expected is difficult if there's no quid pro quo. Whoever gives can also take. Shift planning mainly includes machine performance, consideration of break times, cleaning times, and planned downtimes for maintenance work. You can also check for interruptions there. Has the cleaning been completed? Employees can be divided into shift groups. Shift groups can be assigned to workplaces. This allows your employees to see where they were scheduled at the start of the shift. Since no paper is used, this planning can be carried out dynamically. It is therefore optimally possible to achieve the maximum with minimal effort. The focus is above all on the employees, who are relieved at all levels. The core of a good delivery option is an optimal production planning. The warehouse can thus be relieved. For this reason, the detailed production planning in the MES takes into account the workplace conditions. If a machine fails, it is calculated as if the machine can start producing at any time. Why? Because the maintenance staff is trying to solve the problems as soon as possible. How long does it take? Mostly unclear. After an hour of downtime, you usually know more. You have to wait for spare parts or other specialists. Maybe the manufacturer has to send customer service. In case of long downtimes, maintenance can, to the best of its knowledge, mark a long-term downtime of production in MES. This enables the disposition to react to the changed status to reschedule orders. So no documents need to be changed at the workplace. Since everything is printed dynamically at the workplace, the employee starts the next order and usually does not notice that rescheduling has been done. This ensures that the supply chain for your customers is optimally guaranteed. The sales department can also directly to what extent an order has been planned or has already been processed. In this way, he can provide the customer with the necessary information.
From our experience, every company already uses software that covers processes such as time recording, warehouse management, shop floor management, inventory bookings. The well-proven should not be changed because MES is a link between workplaces and the enterprise solution. every company is different. There can never be only one interface. For this reason, we offer individual interfaces, gateways that fit to your systems. Many things are similar and can therefore be adapted very quickly and easily. Where this information comes from and how this data is made available to us, we will clarify in detail during the implementation. The important thing is, there's always a good and simple solution. It would be a shame not to use the existing data, because what you have should be used as effectively as possible. There's not a unique interface that will suit everything. As individual as machines are, we are able to collect different data as it is. Together, we will find a good solution to connect all your workplaces. The goal is change little, use a lot. The exchange from specialist to specialist is easiest. For this reason, our experienced employees are at your disposal. Through the daily practice of our colleagues, who not only deal with MES but also serve mechanical engineering, we believe that we will identify the problems and find solutions together. We definitely want to avoid fixed specifications for the interface. Our goal is to coordinate a common, mostly individual, approach to equal footing. Our recommendations are this basis. Many houses or cars are similar, but none are the same, as it is also the case with the process. We feel at home when we can help to transfer data from the sender to the recipient. The managing director has an overview of the key figures. The sales department can see the production step of its supervised order. Shift managers see the problems that arise and can react quickly. Employees can better prove machine deficits. In this way, every employee and manager ultimately benefits from the collected data in everyday life. Evaluations provide the basis for making decisions more effectively. Our goal is your progress. From small and medium-sized companies to global corporations, every customer is covered by our product. Our license model depends on the activated modules and the number of workplaces. With the most important modules for 50 workplaces, the license costs around €325,000. Existing licenses can be extended according to your needs. MES Starter Kit for one workplace including industrial workstation and 2 specialists for 5 days on site for €22,500. Additional travel expenses. A few figures from August 2019. 6,739 employees working with our MES suite day by day. Over 421 workplaces are covered in 8 countries around the globe. Thank you for your time and attention. If you want us to help you, please feel free to contact us. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.